Yeah, so you actually wrote a book?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I look forward to not reading that. Welcome back to Money Week. Next up, we have the CEO of one of the fastest growing privately held companies in the U.S., Meg Clark of Traffic, Inc. Welcome to the show, Meg.
Thrilled to be here, Jim.
So for viewers who may not know, why don't you tell us a little bit about Traffic, Inc.?
We're a networking-based organization focused on human resource solutions. Our mission is to connect our clients to exciting, multicultural interactions.
Right, so you traffic people.
Correct.
Human trafficking.
We like to say we're in the people business.
Looking at the numbers, the growth is phenomenal.
Well, of course. I mean, we have a product people want, and we can monetize the resource.
There are critics.
A few.
So what would you say to those who say you're exploiting people, particularly women? I mean, especially as a woman CEO.
Okay, to be clear, our industry was founded and led by a long line of revolutionary men. And as a woman, I would take exception to the fact that you would limit my opportunity to exploit other women, as men have done for centuries.
Well, Wall Street's sure excited about this business model.
Well, they should be, Jim. There's no greater synergy than integrating two institutions that have mastered the art of prostitution and exploitation.
Okay, talk about your global outlook.
Oh, well, it's fantastic. Look, a few years ago, we're shipping product from Peoria to Des Moines. Now, we're shipping product from Hong Kong to Honolulu, Taipei to Moscow, Washington, D.C. to Washington, D.C. The opportunities for growth are endless.
Okay, government intervention, a concern?
It's like a colonoscopy, which on occasion I've both received and administered. It's not ideal, but you work with the hand that probes you.
How so?
Taxation and regulation, they're uncomfortable, but there are ways to anesthetize. For example, for a slightly lower tax break, we can use those taxes from trafficking to pay for other things, like tax breaks for rich white people.
You have a very unique business model.
Well, all of our franchisees are small business owners, and they, of course, contract out laborers, some of them unwilling.
That's very controversial.
Well, yes, but we like to think that we're providing educational opportunities for our employees.
Educational?
Oh, well, sure. Like, think of the life skills, customer service, negotiation, survival, not to mention travel. And Jim, this is something I don't think we get enough credit for. We take people who have histories of drug abuse, mental illness, abuse, and codependency.
But again, isn't this harming people?
Critics say that we're exploiting people by making them sell their bodies, but isn't that what day laborers do? What about professional athletes? Hell, look at me. I'm out here selling my soul every day. How do you think that makes me feel?
Rich?
Exactly.
But using people against their choice, it's...
But it is a choice, Jim. Look, these people, they owe us significant amounts of money for travel, food, lodging, and if, and only if, they can't pay us back, then they can choose to work as sex workers.
Okay. Activist millennials, are you worried about them?
No. Millennials just tweet on their iPhones that are made from slave labor, passionate protests about social justice.
Okay, what about religious opposition?
Oh, no. In fact, they're some of our biggest clients. I'm not worried about that demographic.
Okay. Switching gears, let's talk about your charity work.
Sure. Well, we believe strongly in contributing to the environment and domestic violence.
Anti-domestic violence. Great.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. We're very much pro-domestic violence and pro-foreign violence.
Thank you for clarifying.
Sure. And we really emphasize that our employees, they champion sustainability. For example, use truck stops that use wind and solar energy. Mother Nature, she deserves our respect.
Some equate this industry to slavery.
Okay, look. The ancient Egyptians, they used slaves, and look what they built. The pyramids. I don't see anybody wanting to knock those down anytime soon. Hey, someday when I die, I hope somebody puts a stick up my nose, sucks out my brains, and makes me a mummy.
Why is this business so popular?
Look, people have needs. And we have found the supply. And yes, I know women bear a lot of the responsibility, but we're working with Hallmark to create a new greeting card holiday to honor them.
Okay, elephant in the room, kids.
Oh, well, we would never hurt children. This is an adult choice.
Okay, but the industry itself does thrive in that area.
Tommy Trafficker devotes 90% of all advertising time towards prevention.
Your critics dispute that.
Well, like Tommy Trafficker says, me get abducted and pimped out before age 18? That's a no.
So you're committed to that?
We're committed to the idea of positive change, but we're not going to stop until we promise a lot and deliver very little.
Well, it seems like you are the right executive to lead this company.
It's like I always say, there's always going to be the poor, the lost, the broken. This is America, where people have died, so we can make a fortune off of those less fortunate. Look, it's like I always say, there's always going to be people who are poor and lost and broken. This is America, where people have died, so we can make a fortune off of those less fortunate. And you know what? Some people are just never going to amount to anything. So let's take that waste and let's turn it into something beautiful. Now, excuse me while I go put my horns back on.
We'll put that in my 401k and smoke it. Meg Clark from Traffic Inc., thanks for being here tonight. Up next, we'll have Hitler's granddaughter.
Unreal.